The US actually believes on one China policy. That means the US officially does not admit that Taiwan is actually a state. It is not yet recognized by the US. But at the same time, the United States have actually been threatening China. You dare not invade or strike any bullet against Taiwan. Even Joe Biden, in all of his weakness and softness, have always said that if ever China ever strikes a bullet, a bomb, invades into Taiwan, that the US will step up and defend Taiwan. You actually think through that. And even Trump had been quite skeptical. He has not been making any concessions on defending Taiwan, but he does not still want China to ever lay a hand on Taiwan. Why do you think all of these are the US recognizing just one China, and at the same time the US trying to defend Taiwan in one way or the other? Why do you think that is actually possible? That is, the simple reason is because Taiwan actually owns 95% of the world's advanced chip. 95% of that world's advanced chip is being produced in Taiwan. And if ever China ever takes over Taiwan, if ever Taiwan starts answering Chinese, China have already taken more than 98 to 100% monopoly of the chip market. Chips is actually the new oil because chips runs in every single device. If China ever have a hold on the world chips, on the world majority of chips, that means China knows how your phones, how anything that concerns technology that you actually uses, they can actually want to know where you are and they can actually trace you. If China ever controls it, it's a huge loss for the United States of America. So therefore, the Trump administration is proposing to Taiwan and told Taiwan you have to build part of those chips company in the US. And guess what? Taiwan actually agreed to those terms and said, okay, we are going to bring a chip company to Arizona and actually produce it and build it there. But the United States wants a huge part of it to be built in there. They don't want just little part. They want a huge part of the chips industry to be built. And Taiwan is like, no, we cannot take our livelihood, something that we've been living in for, and then bring it to the United States just like that. The United States actually negotiated that out with the tariffs. They actually gave Taiwan 20% tariff. So in order for them to get a tariff cut, they have to agree to come and build a chip industry in the United States. But the United States actually wants more because they were like, eventually that China actually invades into Taiwan and maybe takes over Taiwan because maybe the US will not want to intervene or something. It's not yet clear if they will intervene or not, but they're like, if something like